Hey guys, Kiran Reddy Atula here from High Teaching Academy. So, welcome to day 6, April 6th, 2024, of teaching you guys cloud technology for 365 days. Yeah. So, in the last class, we have seen how to create a Linux server on the AWS cloud and how to connect to a Linux server. And I've explained you guys how does a Linux file system directory structure work. Yeah. So in Linux, everything is located under the root directory, or the root is represented by slash. And under the slash, you have multiple different directories. And we have seen what is the significance of all of those directories. Now, before I proceed further, before I proceed further with teaching you some more commands or getting started with the commands or Linux, I also want to talk about what are the different ways to connect to a Linux system, guys. Because some students have asked, kindly show us what are the different shells that we can use in order to go ahead in order to connect to a Linux server. So here, guys, I have my Linux server running here. Yes, this server is running on the cloud. Now, in order to connect to this server, it's a very simple option. You see there is an option at the top that says connect. So just click on connect here. Click on connect. Once you click on connect, scroll down and you guys can see an SSH address. So this is the connection happens through an SSH client where we need to have a port number 22 that has to be added in the security group. But before that, I will also show you what is instance connect. Instance connect is something called as direct connect. So if I click on connect here, it will go ahead, it will open the connection in the terminal or in the browser itself. Yeah. So you guys can see it is establishing connection and I can go ahead. I can start connecting this to this will be directly connected to our server. Now, this is one option. The other option is the SSH connection. Well, you guys have also seen this before. I can just copy this SSH address. I can open my local terminal, and in the local terminal, first, guys, make sure that you guys go to the downloads directory. Okay. So how do you go to the downloads directory? Very simple. You have a command called as cd. CD stands for change directory. And what is the name of the directory that you want to go to? Downloads. So once you say cd downloads, you are in downloads. Now, why should we come to the downloads directory? It is simple because within the downloads directory, we have downloaded our PEM file, guys. Yeah. So this is where our PEM file is located. So if I say list docker.pem, so this is the PEM file that I'm using for this particular file, for this particular server. So from here, I can just go ahead, I can copy the SSH address. If I copy the SSH address, it is going to go ahead, it is going to open up the shell connectivity and it is asking, should I connect? I'm going to say yes. So here, it will go ahead, it will establish our connection. You guys can see this. I can see the private IP address of my server, and this is my EC2 instance that we are connected. So these are the two options that I've already shown you. But in addition to that, we also have multiple different tools. For suppose we have a very popular tool called as VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is a preferable tool that is used by developers because this is a code editor, and also this also helps us to connect to our servers. Yeah. So you guys can download Visual Studio Code here. And once you just download this, I'm going to open the Visual Studio Code. I have it already downloaded. Yeah. So you see, guys, this is how the interface of the Visual Studio Code looks like. And again, once I can see the terminal option here. So within the terminal, all I need to do is, again, go to downloads. Once I go to downloads, same thing, the same option applies here. All I need to do is just copy paste the SSH address. Copy the SSH address of the server, paste it, enter. And there you go, guys. I can see that I've successfully logged in into my EC2 instance. And the beauty of the Visual Studio Code is here, guys, simultaneously, I can go ahead. I can also start editing my code in the tabs that are available towards the left. But again, as I said, we are working on connectivity. So this is one of the options that you guys can use to connect. And in addition to that, there are a lot of different shells. For suppose you have Git Bash, you guys can go ahead, you guys can download Git Bash. You have MobaXterm, you guys can download MobaXterm. This is also a shell. You have Putty, you guys can download Putty to establish connectivity. You have IntelliJ, which is also a code editor, come a shell that will help you to manage your code or that will help you to connect to your servers. So these are the different shells, or these are the different terminals that you guys can use in order to go ahead in order to establish connectivity with your virtual machines. Yeah. So I hope so you guys liked today's session. So kindly like, share, and subscribe, guys, and keep following me every day for continuous learning. So as currently as I said, we are working on the Linux Red Hat Certified System Administration curriculum. Post that, we are going to be working on the Solutions Architect curriculum of AWS, followed by SysOps, so on and so forth. Yeah. So thank you, guys. That is for today's class. See you guys in tomorrow's class with a new concept.